going to second down. We are not talking about COVID this time. We have switched up the layout of the show. But in second down, we will be talking strictly on the NCAA. Now, I stated in the previous episode, that the Ivy League was the first domino to fall. The Ivy League, for those of you that don't know, the Ivy League actually suspended their fall sports and will not discuss any sports happening until January 1st. So any sports that's going to happen, it will happen on January 1st or after. They will not discuss anything for the fall, so all fall sports have been suspended. You've had schools like Stanford cancel multiple teams from their sports program, which is unfortunate. They'll still honor the scholarships from what I heard, so that's good. But Ivy League was the first domino to fall. And now we have two more dominoes. So the MEAC and the Patriot League suspend fall sports, according to Darren Gant from Pro Football Focus. According to Stephen Gaither of HBCUGameday.com, the Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference had decided it won't play football in 2020. The Conference of Historical Black Colleges and Universities will join the Ivy League and the Patriot League in canceling football for the fall, all three members of Division I's FCS level. So when they say they're canceling or suspending football, what they're really saying is they're canceling, suspending all of fall sports. Because all the other fall sports, unfortunately, I'm not saying this personally, I'm saying unfortunately, all other fall sports don't matter besides football. And that's how it's being conveyed, just because football brings in the most money for majority of the schools. So, like I said, Ivy League, now the Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference and the Patriot League are all suspending sports. What is next? We already heard from the Big Ten that they're only doing in-conference games, as well as the Pac-12. The Pac-12 also stated that they're only doing in-conference games. We have yet to hear from the SEC, the Big 12, or the ACC. They are still kind of waiting it out before they make an official announcement, which kind of sucks for those schools or the players of those schools that don't know what's really going to happen. Now, I mean, all of these teams really don't know what's going to happen, but for these three conferences in the Power Five not to make any type of announcement on what their plans are for this season, it kind of sucks, right? I mean, it's just, they got to put something out there, and to kind of sit back and see what the other, I bet you that the SEC, the Big 12, and the ACC are all waiting for each other to make a statement, right? They're all waiting for each other to make an official statement to see where they stand and then kind of follow suit. It's unfortunate. These teams or these conferences need to come out, make a statement so they can plan for the future, not wait until the season's about to start and say, oh, yeah, no, we're only doing in-conference, or, hey, we're going to suspend. These five Power Five conferences are not going to suspend. They're not going to suspend their season willingly. They're going to be forced to suspend their whole season. That's why you see the Big Ten and the Pac-12 not go to, hey, we're going to suspend sports for fall. We're just going to play in conference. That's the best we could do. So worst case scenario for the SEC, Big 12, and the ACC is that they all announced that they're going to do an in-conference schedule. Again, worst case scenario. But I think at the end of the day, like I stated in my last Hail Mary section from my last podcast, the only way that they're going to not play in the fall is if they're forced to. So I don't anticipate any of these conferences doing that or doing it willingly. But I do want to talk about the effect of these types of schedules that the Power Five are doing. So, for example, the Pac-12 and the Big Ten, they're saying that they're only doing in-conference games. This affects other schools, smaller schools, other conferences that are not Power Five, because a lot of these smaller schools like to play the Power Five teams because there's a lot of money that comes with it. Also, you're on national TV, or most of the times you're on national TV. You have an opportunity to get more exposure. You have an opportunity to get more money. You have an opportunity to play some of these bigger schools, which appeal to some of the athletes that these schools are trying to get. So if you're going to Northwestern South University, a made up college, and you're saying, hey, we're playing Alabama, these 2 years. So, obviously you don't have a Power 5 conference, or a Power 5 offer, but you have an opportunity to play against some of the best. And, if we go against Alabama, coach is not going to say, hey, we're going to get whooped, but, you have an opportunity to go against those guys that you think you're better than. And this is a good opportunity. If you're a receiver and you're going against, hey, the number one corner out of high school, when you're on the team and we're going against Alabama and you school him, that's going to get some eyes from the NFL. Now you have valuable film that is going to put you over the top. You have film that's credible. You're going against somebody that's credible. So it's unfortunate for those smaller schools where these players aren't going to have the opportunity to go against the top talent, or the schools aren't able to get the money to kind of build on their program. It's unfortunate. It's literally a domino effect of the Pac-12. The Pac-12 runs all of the money. They have all the money that they need, and that trickles down to the other schools that want to schedule them for seasons, like, home and away type scheduling. So it's unfortunate that it affects the smaller schools outside the Power 5, but hopefully this is just a 1-year thing and we, go back to normal next year. And, my stance on it. If you're going to play in conference, you might as well play the whole damn schedule, because in conference, COVID-19 is not, it's not going to say, hey, well, because you're playing in conference, we're not going to infect the players. Like, it has nothing to do with location. It's just how everything is ran. What are the protocols? What are the safety measures? If they're going to play in conference, they might as well play the whole schedule. So that's where I'm standing, as far as you're either going to play all the games or you're going to play none of the games. And right now it's looking like they're going to play none of the games, because some of these conferences already stated, we're not playing anyone outside of our conference. And if that's the case, then you shouldn't be playing anybody inside your conference either. So that's my stance on the NCAA. They're still behind the curve. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.